You are not your beliefs. Beliefs are lies that we convince ourselves of as the truth. And then we identify them and become them and project that into our reality. And we constantly see it over and over and over again. So you could have the belief that you're a procrastinator. And this swings the pendulum, the yin and yang pendulum, right? And when you swing the pendulum, it swings the other way. And what I want to let you know is that when you identify with procrastination, for example, I'm a procrastinator, I struggle to take action, right? You'll get all excited at one point where something excites you, you feel inspired, you buy a new program, a new course, and you feel this sense of dopamine. It could be a New Year's resolution or a new goal that just really excites you, or a new method that you want to implement. And then you go and implement it, you start becoming the action taker, right? You swing the pendulum, right? And then you become the opposite of a procrastinator and you start taking action because you're in this dopamine high right now. And after some time, guess what? You start procrastinating again because you identify with being a procrastinator. You swing the other way and you get stuck there once again for a few weeks, maybe months, and then we get excited once again and we swing back into being an action taker. The problem is we are believing in the lie of being a procrastinator and believing in the lie that you need to become an action taker. Both sides are lies. Whenever the pendulum is swinging, they are lies. Because the truth is the isness, is the middle. What do I mean by that? When we have hot and cold, we have temperature. That's the middle. That's the isness. That's the God. That's the universe. That's the Christ consciousness. When we have up and down, we have direction. When we have male and female, we have human. Right? When we go to pray, we take the right hand and the left hand, we bring them together as one. The isness. And so we have to begin to understand that when we are creating our reality or co-creating our reality, we want to be in the isness. And that beliefs are lies. When we break down the word belief, it's be lie, right? Be the lie. And these are all thoughts that have been gathered together that's become the lie or belief, and it becomes your truth or it becomes your identity. It becomes who you are, and then once it's a part of who you are, you keep on seeing it in your reality, and it becomes so ingrained in your personality or your identity that you can no longer even see it. Right? You can no longer see it because it's who you are, and then you can keep on seeing it perpetuated in your external reality over and over and over again. This is why we have people who are manifesting, but they manifest the opposite of what they're manifesting. They're trying to get to the goal, but they manifest something bad, or what they label as bad. It's because you see the thing that you want to manifest as something good. It's not good. It just is. You've put the thing that you want on a pedestal. You put that thing above you. You made it have meaning. You add emphasis to having more money, more success, more joy. You perceive it as a better life. It's not better. It's just different. And we have to begin to understand. I'm just going to close the window here. We have to begin to understand that we are creating narratives and stories about what is a better life, what is good for me, right? But we don't know. Maybe you get to the money and it's not as what you thought. Maybe you become even more unhappy. I did. I was able to achieve a great amount of success, travel the world, meet people, and all of this stuff. And this is what I was dreaming of, visualizing. I'm going to go to the Maldives, and I ended up being in the Maldives. But I was in a toxic relationship. I was unhealthy. I was sick. I was tired. I was fatigued. I was depressed. I was around toxic people. And so I had the money, and then I lost it all because I had it so much on a pedestal that you could say that I put it above the isness or the truth. And we don't want to put things above the isness, because you are the isness. The isness, there's no separation from the isness. The isness is God, truth, Christ consciousness. And you are a part of that. You are that. You are the energy. You are everything. So if you are everything, why would you assume that thing that you want is different from this everythingness, whatever the everythingness is, right? And so beliefs, once you believe something, you're going to swing one way, and it's going to swing the opposite way. And then you're stuck in the cycle of life, swinging back and forth, trying to achieve, trying to get better, trying to go for your goals, striving, taking action, trying to have more discipline, trying to control yourself, trying to control reality, trying to make things happen for yourself. The biggest goal that you can have is to need or want nothing, to desire or need for nothing. Because on a vibrational level, that implies you have everything. It's the highest frequency that you can come from, is Christ consciousness. God is not saying, I want to manifest this, I want to manifest that, I want to... No. It just is, like, you know. And so if you're operating from that space where there's no thought, there is no emotions, there is no beliefs, and you're no longer identified with those things, and you're just operating from the isness, guess what? You tend to bring into your life things that you couldn't even imagine with the mind, because the mind is only limitation. When we look at beliefs or belies, they limit you. They keep you here swinging back and forth, trying to get to the goal, achieve the goal, right? Fear of failure, fear of success, right? I'm not enough. Self-sabotage. You set a New Year's resolution. You get all pumped up and excited about the new year. And then over time, it dwindles and you go back to your old ways, the old self. The key here is to have a frequency so strong in your mind that it's overridden by, that you override the old identity or the old belief that you are that person, right? And seeing it for what it is. All your thoughts, all your emotions, all your feelings are lies, because you can feel a certain way about something that I say, and I can feel a different kind of way about it. You can watch a movie and think one thing about it. I can watch a movie and think another thing about it. Someone can read the Bible and think one way about it. I can read the Bible and think another way about it. Why? Because we all have different lies inside of us, or belies inside of us. Different perspectives, different perceptions. But all of these perceptions and beliefs are all lies. Everything is a lie. Everything is the matrix. Apart from Christ consciousness, apart from that isness space, apart from that neutrality. I have a process in my Awaken program called neutrality shifting, because I teach people how to get back to that neutrality place, step into a place of enlightenment, and co-create your reality by manifesting the goals that you set before you came here. Manifesting the goals from Christ consciousness, from the isness, from that empty space. This is just is. So we have to stop believing in the lies and narratives and thoughts that we have. What's interesting, this morning I done a meditation, right? And the meditation, I was focused on a specific emotion that I've been feeling for some time now. And whilst I know this information of that thoughts and emotions are not who I am, in the meditation I got to a deeper level on understanding that I'm also not this emotion too, because I was so identified with that emotion that I thought it was who I am. I am is just isness, right? And that's the thing. Lies can become so strong that we are convinced that it's the truth, and then we can no longer see that it's a lie. We can no longer see ourselves. When you identify with something, you can no longer see it. You can't see it. Someone can share it with you, but you might have a defense mechanism on that because you're believing in your own lie, and it's become the truth for you. So your whole life you can believe that you are an unattractive person, for example, right? But people are constantly telling you that you are attractive. It doesn't matter what they tell you because you feel as if you are unattractive, right? Your identity states that you are unattractive. So your perception of life will always be that I'm unattractive, despite what others say to you. You won't fully let it land. You won't fully let it in and recognize that maybe you are attractive. So this is why affirmations sometimes they don't work, because you're so identified with the false narrative that you have, the stories that you tell yourself, you're his story. And we're stuck in the his story oftentimes because that's all that we know. Which is why we must use the law of exposure and expose ourselves to new realities so we can start changing the story and changing the narrative. Above all of this is recognizing that even changing the story is all a lie, and that we get to choose which story we want to believe in. And if you believe in the story that you are rich, unfortunately, you're going to oftentimes create the same problem because you're dealing with polarity once again. You're going to swing the other way, right? When I say swing the other way, it doesn't mean you're going to become poor. It may be that you become sad or you don't like it or whatever, right? Because you're believing that's going to do something for you. That is not the actual truth. It's just different. We believe, right? Belie that it's better to have this, have the partner, have the house, have the traveling the world, have the money, have the freedom, have the financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. That is somehow better. But who told us that this is better than this? Right? It feels better because that's the lie that we are telling ourselves. There are people in third world countries that are happy with less, right? That are fulfilled with less. And so we are going for more based on the narrative that we've learned from the first world, right? Or whatever country you live in, right? We're fed the narrative that this is better. And it takes us out of our true vibration, our highest vibration, and it actually lowers our vibration. Going for goals, manifesting in general lowers your vibration because you are stepping outside of self. You're stepping outside of Christ consciousness. You're separating yourself from the truth by indulging in the matrix. You've put the external on a pedestal, right? We're putting the external on a pedestal, therefore it's lowering our vibration. We want to create these realities, so it's lowering our vibration. But the truth is, when you need nothing, or when you desire nothing, you're in the neutrality, you're in the isness, you're realizing that yin and yang, and I'm the isness. Be more in the isness, be more in the truth. Creating goals is for dead people. Manifesting goals is for dead people. Because you're not living by going after goals. You're constantly on the hamster wheel of the matrix. They're keeping you trapped in the system and away from the truth. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but Gavin, I want to have these things. Who told you that? Right? And where's the wanting come from? Right? And once we realize that in the truth, it actually creates everything that you want anyway, we're always going to be constantly stuck in this hamster wheel, perpetual loop of law of attraction manifesting. It's all a lie. It's all a scam. It's all manipulation. And buy my product. You can go buy my product, by the way. Awaken program, right? Because this is going to tell you the truth. Once you know it, you no longer need to watch YouTube videos on law of attraction manifesting, because you're done. You're back in the isness. You're back in the truth. There's nothing stopping you in life from being free. It's you. When I say you, I mean it's the me. This me that you're identified with. Me, my name is Jamie or Jane or Jonathan. I don't know why I use Jesus right there. That I'm this person and I have these beliefs and I have these ideas and perceptions about life, and I, me. This is not the truth. This is the brain. This is the narrative. This is the emotions. This is the beliefs. You are beyond that. You are greater than that. You are bigger than that. You are nothing and everything at the same time. I remember when I did the ayahuasca said, you are nothing, but you are also everything. You are so tiny. You are nothing. You are emptiness, but you are also fullness, and you are everything. All the things that you achieved, we are grateful, but it's also nothing. And it was just like this beautiful yin and yang merging as one. When we have sex, what happens, right? It's the union between a male and a female. They come together. Obviously, we have people who have different sexual preferences, but when the two become one, when we take the right hand and the left hand and we put them together, we got prayer, they become one. When we take right and left together and we bring them together, we have direction, right? It's this union that we need to get back to, not the separation of wanting a specific goal. This creates separation between you and truth. It's not identifying with you being a procrastinator. This separates you from truth. There is no goal. There is nothing to get to. It's dropping everything that you think, everything that you know. Because we all know nothing, really, in reality. The one thing that we know, that I believe all truth seekers understand, is that we are all coming from the same Christ consciousness. I hear the same thing over and over again from people taking plant medicine, who are deep into meditation. We all have this Christ consciousness, or going beyond the ego, or being in a state of enlightenment, or being in this deep awareness, being in the presence. All of this is going back to truth. There's no way so many people can be experiencing the same thing if it wasn't the truth. And so when we are in this Christ consciousness, there is no narrative or voice going on in your mind. As soon as it's a voice, you're back in the ego. The narrative is ego. As soon as you are aware of the voice, then you're in awareness, or God level awareness, or Christ consciousness, the God self, the ultimate self. There's no voice, there's no hearing, right? There is hearing, there's listening, but there is no voice. And so we want to be in this space of understanding that stop believing in all of the narratives that you have about self, your me, your I, your Jamie, Jane, Julie, right? You are not that. And then we want to hold the thought of our passion. We want to hold the thought of our truth. We want to hold the thought much stronger than we hold the thought of the story from a state of Christ consciousness. And again, in my Awaken program, we go deeper into this. You can check it out. Links in the description. It includes one-on-one coaching for a limited time. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.